Well, Tram and Troy, earlier we were showing you a building where a lot of people were trapped, but behind me, this is some of the worst damage of the complex, and I'm here with Jess and Nyla. Jess, you were outside, sitting right here, watching your apartment as the storm rolled through. Walk me through what you were seeing.
Initially, when I first pulled up, I was just sitting in my car eating. I had noticed I could no longer see the trees farther out, so I called my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, look at the rain, and it started coming down really hard. The wind was crazy. My car was shaking. My initial thought was to run in the house, but then I had just noticed, like, nah, it's not safe for me to get out the car, like, whatsoever. So I had just stayed and waited a little bit, and once it kind of died down, I got out and I seen this, and I immediately panicked. My dog was in the house, and she was by herself. I tried to run this way, but that's obviously blocked off. I couldn't get in there. So I just went into a straight panic. Just immediately started panicking. I was crying. It was so much going on. I looked around. Every tree was on the ground or in an apartment complex. It's insane. It was insane.
So figuring that these stairs were crushed, you went that way. Tell me how you ended up being able to get to your apartment to get to your dog.
So I had tried to go through that way, but I realized that I literally could not walk through there at all. No matter what I could do. So I had to go around the apartment. I got to the stairs. I had to climb over like trees and stuff like that. And then I was able to get up the stairs, but the roofing right here is all knocked down. So there's nails and everything like hanging out. I had to crawl on the ground to get to my apartment. And then even trying to get my dog through there, like she was terrified. She was curled up in her cage. She didn't want to move. I couldn't get her out. By the time I was able to get her out, I had a hard time even just getting back through there safely.
We saw a lot of firefighters having to bust down doors just to make sure, get people out or make sure no one was in there. Did you have to break down your door?
No, luckily I didn't. I actually had left my door unlocked because I literally left for 2 minutes to run to the store and grab some food. And I came right back. I was going to go right back inside, but I'm so glad that I did not because then I would have been right in the middle of this whole thing. And I had stayed in my car, but I did leave my door unlocked. A neighbor actually had tried to like climb through, move some stuff over for me to check on my dog, and he was able to open the door and see that she was okay.
We've seen a lot of people coming home to trap dogs. What's it like for you to show up here and see that you can't stay the night in your apartment tonight or likely the near future?
Yeah, I was at work when she called kind of frantically, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't really believe her until she was FaceTiming me, and I ran home, and freeways are shut down. Like, it was so bad. It's flooding everywhere. There's trees knocked down all on baseline. There's trees in the street everywhere. I couldn't get here. It took me almost like 40 minutes to get here, and it usually takes me 15. I came in. I see all of this. She's distraught. I don't know if our dog is okay. We're talking to leasing. They can't give us a update on anything. They're telling us we just have to wait, basically. Fire department can't help us get in. They're not giving us any place to stay. We have literally no info for what we're supposed to do for tonight. It's insane. It's overstimulating. I'm frustrated with our leasing office right now. I just don't know what we're supposed to do. Like, we're two young girls in this situation by ourselves that live here by ourselves, and they have no help for us.
So again, this is just some of the worst of the damage. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I want to show you the other part of this building down here where you can see directly into someone's apartment, that light right there. That's another huge tree trunk that had fallen onto the building here. Almost it looks like two different trees when you look closely, and you can see those roots uplifted. But this is the area where Just was saying that she had to come down and try and get into her apartment from here, but as you can see, it's completely blocked off now, saying it's a hazard to go through. But you can see parts of the roof here are on the ground and just inside of the tree. So it's really crazy just how much damage this apartment complex alone got. Again, since we last talked, I've seen even more trees that have fallen, possibly around a dozen of these large trees we're talking that have fallen onto the building here. So a lot of cleanup. We've seen the building going around, some construction crews going around and kind of assessing what they can at this point, but it's still very early. We hear chainsaws back there, and of course the Red Cross we saw earlier going in to check in with people who, like those ladies, are displaced for the night. So we'll be out here talking to people, trying to get a better assessment of just everything that happened through this storm, but it's not looking good. Back to you guys.
I was going to say, I mean, it is still so unbelievable to see those deep tree roots just being ripped out from underground there. And, you know, again, this is still early. This just happened within the last less than 3 hours. So, you know, people are still trying to get their bearings and things being sectioned off. I'm glad you mentioned about the chainsaws, because I think we could hear the buzzing from those chainsaws. Is there a lot of ground crews already trying to clean up?
There's several. Right now they're focused on another part of the complex. I don't know if you can see through the pool there. You can even see this one trailer here that's already loaded up with branches. I don't know if that's from earlier or not, but from what we can tell, they're focusing on that side. But we have seen construction crews going around, and also building management was helping one lady get stuff out of her apartment for the night, because from what we could tell, those two girls, they can't even get in to get stuff for the night. But just a lot of different crews out here assessing. We're also seeing people who are coming home from work had no idea that this happened, that this storm destroyed parts of their apartment complex. One man came home asking me when this all happened and told me that he had a dog in his apartment. Luckily, the fire department is still here, so they were able to go inside and get his dog out. The dog is okay, is going to be okay, frazzled a little bit, but that's what we're seeing here right now, is a lot of people coming home to find that they don't have a place to sleep tonight.
Yeah, and to be clear, Gabby, so I see an area behind you that doesn't appear to be as damaged. Is the whole complex evacuated? Is anybody allowed to be in their apartments right now? And what are your cross streets? Where are you exactly?
We are off a mill in Hermosa. It's just north of the 60, right when you get off the freeway there. There are parts like this one where people are still living. We've seen people on their patios coming in and out, but I've walked around this entire apartment complex, and it's rather large, and a lot of different areas have trees down like this one. There's some flooding in the parking lot in the back. So different areas have different touches. This is definitely the worst of it, but I would say there's at least dozens of apartments that are affected in this, because even the ones that weren't necessarily hit by the tree, if they're in this taped off section, which is this building at least, and that building, then they were, is our understanding, are not able to stay the night there. They have been able to, some of them, go inside and get clothes and belongings, medications and such, but from what we can tell, these two are definitely the worst.
And those two young women you spoke to, obviously, you know, very upset and distraught and wondering what's going on. But the Red Cross is set up to give them a place to stay tonight, and people like them?
We did see them on the facilities here inside this complex. Unclear exactly what they'll be providing for them, but they were going around checking in with people, seeing what they need. And so those two girls are from California, and so they tell me they have no family out here, so it's likely a hotel for them tonight. We did speak with other people who have family in the area, and they were leaving to go get shelter there. So just a mix of people here who are trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, such a shock, and especially I'm sure a lot of people were at work and then they come home to find this. So, Gabriella, thank you.
Thank you, Gabby. We'll check in with you throughout the rest of the evening.